Hi, I wanted to offer some suggestions, some guidance for how to navigate really intense times, chaotic times within humanity when we are literally seeing terror, horror expressing itself and playing out around us, locally or on the world stage. So, how do we continue to move forward in the direction of our desires, our ambitions, our dharma, which can start to feel quite self serving or difficult when there is so much pain and suffering happening around us? So, I'll offer 5 suggestions here. And the first one being that we have to feel it, we have to face it head on. We have to be with the grief, the despair, the anxiety, the horror, the pain of what is happening. We have to look at it. We have to acknowledge it. We can't brush it to the side and say, "Oh, this doesn't affect me," or "This, doesn't influence me," or to just brush it aside, because we have to look at it. We have to look at where we are at a collective level and acknowledge the pain that we have collectively created in this world. And feeling it is giving yourself space really to be with it, to reflect on it, to journal on it, to express emotionally what you are feeling, and to share, communicate with others around that too, so that we can collectively hold that grief and experience and respect it. It might also include, sacred rage, where we have to move those emotions through our body. And there's obviously different practices that we can use to do that as well. My second suggestion is to have a sadhana practice. So, something that we can come to every day that helps connect us to something higher, helps us connect to the heart, or all that is, something beyond the self, oneness, Christ consciousness, whatever that means to you. And my suggestion is generally going to be a meditation practice, because of the real requirement right now for consistency and stress clearing for our nervous system. It really needs that dedicated, consistent repair happening on a daily basis. And that's what meditation really offers us, particularly certain styles. And I recommend Vedic meditation, which is the style that I teach, but you can start with an app, you can start with so many different options and progress when you're ready. But daily meditation is what I generally would recommend as your daily practice, because it does both. It supports stress clearing, but it also supports us to connect more deeply beyond the self. And then we've got the third suggestion, which is to create art out of what you're experiencing or how you're relating to what may be happening in the world. So to create something of beauty, something of meaning, a story out of this experience. So it could be poetry, it could be writing a song, it could be painting, it could be singing, it could be anything, but to create something to express that emotion is another suggestion. Essentially, you are alchemizing it. You're taking it from one form into something else, something of beauty. And next, what we can do is to use whatever we're experiencing or whatever is happening as a point of reflection or self-inquiry at a personal level to begin with, because we can feel really overwhelmed when there's so many big things happening in the world. Like, how can me right now, right here, actually contribute or make a difference to this? So firstly, let's just come back to what can you actually influence on a personal level, that you can model to affect change in the direction that you would like, and start that within your own community, your own circle. So if you're seeing chaos and you're wanting to bring more peace or kindness or love, gentleness, then that's something you can start to model within your personal relationships. And many of us will, look to how can we help on a bigger scale, but actually we need to really think about how we are applying these principles in our family dynamics, in our partnership, with our children, within our community, because this is where it will start to ripple out. So start at that personal level to begin with, and then it's not so overwhelming. And then finally, you can use that point of inquiry to reflect on social justice and what does that mean to you, and how can you contribute to shifting things in the world on a larger level. And my perspective is to really hone in on what you really care about, because no one person can be the biggest advocate for every single issue on this planet, everything that is playing out that needs addressing. And we need to acknowledge that there are other people that are capable of really addressing issues that they are more close to, that they have more passion for, and that we probably have a distinct area that we're really dedicated, passionate about, whether that is women's issues or to do with peace, or a whole range of things. It could be to do with the planet, environmental issues. It could be super specific or it could be quite broad, but we all have a part to play in an area that we can hone in on. And we don't need to be the advocate or the face for every single issue on the planet. It would be impossible to do that. So again, to reduce that overwhelm, really come back to what are you personally super passionate about and care about on that individual level. And to come back to that initial earlier suggestion where we focus on the practice, our personal practice first, is because we need to make sure that we are regulated, that we are the most useful, functional state that we can be in, so that we actually can give to others. Because if we are dysregulated and chaotic ourselves, we cannot step into the world, we cannot contribute at the highest level. So to suggest that we should start there is sort of missing the point. We really need to make sure that we are in a balanced state so that we can contribute at an energetic level that is balanced and that isn't going to totally overwhelm us or cause more disharmony. So I hope that is helpful, and let me know if it is.